G'day world, Macaroni coming to you live from the Sunshine Coast. We're here at the Script panel session. I don't know what the official name is. Do you remember what it is?
Catapulting Your Business to Success with Steve Baxter.
Okay, so it's pretty out there title, fancy to draw
It
the
is.
crowd in.
Sure is.
All about the marketing, right?
Yeah, so I'm a marketing associate for Typefi. We're a global leader in automated publishing software for print, online and mobile, and we help people around the world publish their content in more formats and up to 80% faster without compromising on design. Most of our customers are based overseas. About 90% of our customers are based overseas, and I'm in marketing for Typefi. And we've been on the Sunshine Coast since 2001. So it's pretty cool to be a global organisation based here and to share our experiences with other people in the room.
Yeah, awesome. And my bad, I forgot to do the introduction. We're here with Shanna, who was on the panel for the Script thing. And yeah, we're just here to grab some of your insights and hear, some of the big questions out there from the crowd posting up on the panel. What were some of your key takeaways from today's session?
I think there was quite a lot of interesting conversations around entrepreneurship and what that actually means. So for me, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm a marketing communications specialist, and I have always worked for existing organisations to build their brand and their messaging. And so to be in that it's been a room where people are running startup businesses and trying to find ways to really make their idea stick to get it out there is really interesting. Quite different sort of space for me, actually. Yeah.
So so that was one of the sort of topic discussions. Is it born or is it learnt? Which was very interesting to hear from different backgrounds. Obviously, Steve's background's military.
Yep.
And as he said, it was a very un-entrepreneurial environment. So it's quite a diverse panel as well.
Yeah.
So what would you say was a very tough question that got you really thinking?
I think one of the questions that came up was, if you had a billboard anywhere in the world and it could say one thing on it, what is your business motto, what would you say? And that actually stumped the entire panel. Nobody really had an answer for that. And I think what you can take away from that is that there is no one motto that you can just live by and be successful in business. Everybody does things differently, and that's okay. And it's far more complex than just one line takeaway from a billboard.
Yeah.
It's just understanding that everybody does do things differently, and there's no one right way to do things, and that's fine.
Yeah. So it's always it's a roller coaster, right?
It is.
And you don't know when the next turn is.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And then you get a bit of whiplash on the way through.
Yeah, that's right. And it's about learning from those things and growing from those. Everybody experiences, all businesses experience setbacks. And I thought the title of this was interesting, actually, Catapulting Your Business to Success, because for most businesses, I'd say it's not really catapult, it's more like a springboard. And so, you'll gain some momentum, you'll do a big jump, and then you'll fall back down and you'll go a bit lower. But if you learn from the lows, then you'll jump higher next time.
Yeah. Instead
of just crashing off the edge.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your journey and your experience in this space. You're a global company based on the coast.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking earlier before, you were based at the Innovation Centre.
Yep.
You got hit by the GFC, so then you had to go nomad.
Yep.
So tell us a little about those ups and downs.
Okay, so Typefi was founded in 2001, and it was the first tenant of the Innovation Centre. The core product that we have is an artificial intelligence platform that actually lays out intelligently designs on a page, and it does it very fast and very accurately. It's one of the only products in the world that can actually do that. It's also a very difficult product to sell, because if you take on something like Typefi, it's a big complex platform. It can do a lot, but it does change the way you actually work, and so you can't just sell it like it's a box solution off the shelf. And so there is some change management involved with implementing Typefi in an organisation, and so that has been a challenge for the company over the years, particularly when the global financial crisis came. It is an enterprise piece of software, so it's not cheap, and the sorts of organisations that are using Typefi are big enterprise organisations, and if they start to tighten their spending, if they become risk averse in something like a global financial crisis, then that can be a challenge for Typefi. And so, Typefi had to scale down, but it also offered a lot of flexibility, that ability to be agile, which comes from being a startup. Taking that agility into a more mature business space is really valuable.
Yeah. That's good. And so, there's a few key words being chucked around the room. One of them being innovation, and it's a very diverse word.
Yep.
So what would be your insight into that word for the coast in general?
For the coast, I think innovation is just about, it's mostly about solving problems. It's about getting to know your customer and what is the problem that you are solving for them. If you can do something a bit differently to solve that problem for a customer, then you are being innovative. If you can solve a problem within your business by doing something a bit differently, then you are being innovative. And it's not just something that you go out and do. I'm going to be innovative today. It's something that most companies do day to day to improve what they're doing so that they can ultimately deliver a better product to their customers.
Great answer. And to finish off the conversation, what would be some advice from your experience innovating within an organisation? I think that it's called entrepreneurship.
Yes,
so, right? Which is very important.
Yep.
And Ian Mason was saying mindset and skill, which is also important.
Yep.
So, what would be some advice out there to someone who is looking at entrepreneurship but doesn't really want to be an entrepreneur? And what can they do to help that organisation grow? Or
Yeah, sure. Okay, so it's about building on people's strengths. So everybody has different strengths and everyone has complementary strengths. I'm a great believer in the power of teamwork. You can achieve a lot with a team. I'm sure people can, achieve a lot on their own as well, but you will never be as successful on your own as you will be if you build on the strengths of others and draw on those. And if you can provide, and Elaine on the panel who was interviewed just before, she said that it's all about creating a culture of safety within the organisation where people feel safe to try things and fail. And sometimes they try things and succeed, and that's great as well. And so that's really the most important thing, is to create that safety for people to have a go and to try things within reason, of course. You still have to make a profit, but to allow people to have that space to innovate and to be open to those ideas yourself.
Awesome. And I hope you guys got some key takeaways from that. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Macca.
And be sure to keep following along for more, coming to you live at facebook.com/Speech City Live here on the Sunshine Coast. Thanks. Check her out.